So there were two methods of simplifying a square root, and I'm going to show you the second method, which may be easier for some people. So we did the problem where we had the square root of 50, right? And originally I said, think of a perfect square that goes into 50, which is 25, and it goes in 2 times. So we could write square root of 50 as square root of 25 times square root of 2. And then we know that that simplifies into 5 root 2. Okay, here's another way of doing this. You know that 25 is a perfect square, right? Because it's 5 times 5, right? That's what makes it a perfect square. So somebody else might have done something like this. You might have said, rather than think about what goes into 50 that's a perfect square, you might just want to think about what goes into 50. And maybe you're going to say that's 5 times 10. And that's true, even though neither one of them is a perfect square. This isn't going to help you. But it would help you if you factored a little bit more, right? The 5 is going to stay the 5, but the 10 we can break down into 5 times 2. And the other way of thinking about it is if you have a pair of numbers, that's your little clue that you can take the square root of this, right? It's really 25. The square root of 5, 25 is 5. So basically, what you're looking for is a pair of numbers, but it's only going to come out as a single 5. It's kind of like Go Fish, right? You have a pair of, I don't know, or you're playing hearts. You have a pair of 10s, but that just becomes a single 10 out a pair, right? Anyway, whatever. It becomes 5 root 2. Now, we're going to use that for number 17, right? So if you have something like the square root of x squared, well, you know that's x times x. That's going to come out as a single x, and there's nothing left inside, right? The square root of x squared is x. For 17b, if you have the square root of x cubed, right, you know that's x times x times x. That pair of x's is going to come out as a single x, and what we're left with is another x inside. Okay, so you should be watching for a pattern. So the square root of x squared is just x to the first. The square root of x to the third is x to the first square root of x. The square root of x to the sixth, again, you're watching for a pattern here. X to the sixth means, you know, that you're multiplying x by itself, right? That's what that means. That pair is going to come out as a single x. Okay, we've taken care of that. This pair is going to come out as a single x. We've taken care of that. This pair is going to come out as a single x. So the square root of x to the sixth is x to the third. If we were going to keep on going, let me find my other page here.